Valley, the interview went very, very well. They got a chance to know me. They got a chance to get a feel for who I was as an educator and what I would be bringing to the table. They asked for my references, and I guess heard enough from them that they felt confident in giving me a position, and they offered me a position. They took it to the school board and it was approved, and I started filling out paperwork, and everything was going the way that I needed it to go. And then they found out that I was not renewed at my last position, and that was a red flag for them. To give a little context to the story, the last place that I worked at was not, I would say it was the worst 2 years of my teaching career. Some of the things that I experienced there were just like really new to me, and I didn't like it there. I'll say this: the school gave me a heads up that they weren't going to renew my contract, and they gave me an option to resign. But me thinking about my family and thinking about what am I going to do to get money, I figured that I would probably need to collect unemployment at some point, and I didn't want to risk putting my family in a further bind. So I just decided to allow them to not renew my contract, because if I resigned from the position, then I wouldn't be able to collect unemployment benefits. And that's something that I felt that I needed to do for my family, because I wasn't sure how long we would go without money. I knew that it would look bad, or that it would look unfavorably on me, but I didn't know to what extent it would. So the reason why they even found out that I was unrenewed in the first place was that my original application, I did not put my last job on there. Not that I was hiding anything, but I hardly did any teaching while I was in my last position. I didn't think that it would make a difference whether I put it on there or not. But when it came to compensation, because I was going to be missing out on a couple $1,000s, I then added the school to my application. And when they called the school, I'm assuming that they told them that I was non-renewed, and then the red flag goes up. So then human resources from the new place that had already given me a contract and that I'd already signed the paperwork for, they said, "Why weren't you renewed?" And I told them the truth. I didn't know, because the last place that I was at, they never gave me a solid reason as to why they weren't renewing my contract. I could speculate, but why would I assume? And being that I didn't really want to be there in the first place, I didn't bother to ask why they weren't renewing. I didn't think that it would be a big deal. So they called me in on Monday. I told them my story of the last 2 years, of everything that I'd gone through in the previous district. And the woman that was there, that was interviewing me, she had a mean poker face, because she didn't laugh. She didn't, she had no tells on her face as to how she was interpreting or how she was receiving what I was saying. After I finished telling my story, or my perspective, she asked, "Is that it?" I said, "Yes." She said, "All right, well, I'm going to run this by the superintendent and we will get back to you." So that meeting was at 8 o'clock Monday morning, this past Monday morning. And she sent me an email at 5 p.m. stating that we're going to rescind the contract that we offered you. So that's how it went. It came and it went. It went and it came. And I'm still on the market looking for somewhere to teach. So I thank you though. I thank you guys for all the well wishes. Pretty much everyone was saying, good luck, bro. God bless. I hope you get it. You know, you got this. And y'all were right. I did get it. But then they took it away. So y'all pray for me that God will open up doors and that something will come along. And as my mom always says, I shall have this or something greater. And that's what I'm holding on to. God bless. Peace.